Hey guys, it's Vince. Today in this video we're going to be discussing some previous client designs that Zach and I have worked on. And the reason I wanted to do this video is it's actually going to kill two birds with one stone. We keep getting lots of questions driven around what can Bobcad actually do as far as 2D, 3D products, and also, again, what kind of designs we can do. Zack is really elaborate as far as his diversity, and honestly, we've already listed a video of the AR-10. Actually, I've listed on my channel of the AR-10 lower he's actually designed, and now we're going into more job shop type components you see here. He actually put up a video what I offer with Bobcad Cam, and he did this last week because, again, the list of messages he was receiving was pretty extensive, and him and I are trying to keep up with all these questions. So I figured making it more visual, getting you guys actual pictures of the components on the machine as he's doing the design work gives you an idea of, even the substrates, dealing with plastics, composites, different types of metals, you name it. I mean, we work with it. So really it's going to be more a question of where do you guys want to go? Do you want to hit the ground running as far as actually having the product designed for you, or are you looking more along the lines of training where, Zach will hold your hand and go through, every step of the way to make you guys comfortable working with Bobcad and getting the components out? Now, of course, I am going to do a segmented section in this where we will be covering market research, how to do reverse engineering for profit. This way you guys can sort of hit the ground running, so to speak, as far as making money immediately. I say that all the time, and a lot of guys have questions on that. They don't know where to begin. They're all over the place as far as what's available to list on, how do I make money online. And really, we have such a large venue now as far as what's available to us. It's really understanding the resources. So again, I'm just going to hit play here on this video, and you guys can check this out. It's only 7 minutes in length, but like I said, the video is really going to cover a lot. So let's do that.
I'm going to make a video going through, I have a handful of parts open here. Some of these, there's 3 parts that go to this main one, and there's a couple other just kind of random parts that I started looking at again, and I wanted to make a video not to go into any big detail. Mostly like how I did that guitar last time. I kind of touched on a little bit of everything, and more so to show you what I'm able to do, what the software is capable of, and kind of what I offer here on the CAD CAM side of things. So this part I did for, I'd say, the main client that I do a lot of work for, and this is a pretty wild part, a lot of work involved. I'm not going to run the simulation because it's probably going to take a little while to load. But I'm just going to go through and look at some of these features here. We did all this on the mill. Op 1 was this side. I don't remember how we played this out exactly. I think we did most of the work and left a little meat on the bottom. And this is actually the second revision of this part. The other one had a big groove in here and was kind of crazy. And if I can find some pictures, I think I have some pictures of some of these parts I'm going to show you today. I may load some pictures of when he was actually machining them, but that's kind of cool. But yeah, we did all this, and you see all the 3D work that would have been required to do this, all the surfacing, flip over, and we're actually able to finish this side of the part between the 2 ops, and then you go to the 4th to do these holes. Just basically, this is a big part, by the way. I think it's like 16 inches in diameter, and this was plastic, so it's a pretty big part to throw up on his 4th to do all these threaded holes. And this one actually had 2 more parts I'm going to show you that went with it. And these are wild. I think these are about 13, 14 inch diameter, plastic as well, but they're pretty thin, so it's kind of hard to work with. This one, we had a lathe op that we did the lathe work from this side to basically turn that step, this surface, and then through here. And we left a little bit of meat on this diameter right here, and then on the outside, of course. And I don't know exactly how we ended up holding this down. Never got any feedback about it. I guess it worked. Maybe even taped it down. And then did all of this on the mill, all the surfacing work, kind of similar to all of this, which is, it goes on this part, so it's got to blend in. So all the surfacing work was done on the mill on this op. So again, these are kind of unique in their own way because they're so big diameter and they're plastic, so they're not the most rigid things in the world. And then they're pretty thin considering the diameter so big. Same for this. This went on the other side of the part. And this was just a turn part. We were able to do everything from this side, come in and part it most of the way off, and then break it off and just deburr that inside edge down there. But again, kind of a wild little part because it is so big and open in the middle, but really thin. So it's kind of tough to work with. So those are pretty cool parts. Kind of got to think about your approach on that, and sometimes you get into it and it doesn't go exactly how you think. So got to be able to adjust accordingly. Here's I know what this one is. I have no idea what that part went to. It's just a job shop part as far as I know. This was actually a propeller extension. This one's pretty cool. I know I have a picture of this one actually installed, so if I can add that to the end of the video maybe, that would be cool to see that. But kind of a unique part. This was all made out of steel, of course. I think we roughed out everything from, I know, this face, and then I may have the another op open here. Oh, this is the mill op. So I turned all of this and actually roughed all of this out on op 1 and through here. Then we flipped it around and did this bore as an op 2, still on the lathe, and then these holes. 2 different ops on the mill to hit those holes. So that's a pretty unique part as well, especially with this essentially a big groove in the center. We had to kind of use a different tool to be able to get down in there and clear and wipe all that out. So it's a pretty cool part as well, especially considering it's for a airplane propeller. This one, not as complicated. And so like all of these parts I did, most of them I'll do the models as well. Like this one came in, I had the model given to me because I would hate to model something like this, to be quite honest. That's pretty intense. So sometimes he provides me, but like a lot of these 2 other parts, I did the models off of a drawing. So sometimes I have pretty crappy drawings too, which makes my life more difficult, but either way it works out. Here was another part that we did as much as we could on the lathe, turned through here, obviously bored a big hole as much as we could, and then when I was on the mill, we basically cleaned those corners up and then did these holes around here. And there's actually 2 lathe ops to hit both sides, and then a mill. I think I have one more part open, little mag release for a Glock. This is not as complicated as the other ones, but I just had these open. I was looking through some of them, about to start working on something new, so I wanted to make a video to show this stuff off. So if you guys have any questions about anything really, or if it's maybe how I approach some of this stuff specifically, that's fine. I can answer your questions. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, guys, I mean, honestly, that is exactly what we're here for. We're trying to make it as simple as possible, but again, without visualization as far as what the software can do, I really think it's very difficult to always answer that question. That's why he's doing one video on his channel, and I'm doing the overview video on my channel. So any questions you guys have, rest assured the software can easily handle 2-dimension, 3-dimensional design. If we're doing aviation parts, I really feel it defines that the whole spectrum of what we can do is really covered, because from aviation to firearms, that's a really, really diverse area. So again, whatever you guys require with this software, get with us. If there's a question, if you guys are designing something or looking at designing something, and you're just uncertain about it, whether it be 2D or 3D, just message either one of us and we'll get back to you. Again, my email directly is storm2313@gmail.com. That is my direct email. You can request anything from questions, quotes, you name it. Or you can contact me on my eDealer Direct eBay store. I'll put both links in the description below. But overall, keep in mind, this software, rest assured, will keep up with the best of them as far as what's commercially available. Bobcad is true engineering software, and without a doubt, this video really reflects just how diverse what we've done is. So just keep that in mind as you guys are coming up with ideas. And again, with marketing and stuff, I can't reiterate this enough. I will definitely be doing a series of videos covering product research, reverse engineering for profit, which I think, again, is going to streamline your guys' business a lot. You'll pick up some tips. Some stuff you may already know, some stuff you won't, but the idea is to get as many people on the same page and profiting as possible. So thank you all for your support. Again, my subscribers, you guys are wonderful. I really, truly appreciate you. I will keep the videos coming. Thank you. Take care.